Hello everyone. Duduzane Zuma is keeping his presidential aspirations alive in the wake of his father, Jacob Zuma. He has announced that he won't be canvassing nor voting for the ANC in the general election in May. Speaking to Sunday World publication this week, Zuma, also known as DZ, said his own political party will be launched later in January. He added that its name will be made public in due course. He said, "My plans for going to the election include a new, realistic vision, an inclusive narrative, society-driven solutions that are current new age and driven by people who are affected by and understand today's issues. Broadly put, messaging and activities that will lead to a drastic mindset change are the basis for the fundamental and structural change." Duduzane said that the electoral system, even though it is based on democratic values, it is not a true reflection of what one man or woman, one vote should be. He said, "We have seen over a period of time how the will of the voting majority has not translated into the benefit of our people. This is due to subversion by both political and business leaders." He went on to say that the youth themselves are to blame for the current lack of progress, and said, "We do not take ourselves seriously enough. We have lost respect for each other and are ill-disciplined. Once we realize that we can do it, once we learn to respect ourselves and others, and once we stop making excuses, once we stop keep blaming everyone and everything, then we will turn our country's fortunes and our own in a positive direction. Entitlement is a curse that is keeping us from progressing, and the spirit of hard, hands-on work is the only way forward." When the journalist asked him if he's part of the MK party, Duduzane said, "I'm part of something new, something game-changing, something current. It will be something never seen before, something realistic and inclusive that is on its way very soon." He said that his party plans is to make sure that the desperate need for change in our country is realized, and said, "We will move from the politics of desperation to the politics of inspiration. This will do by creating positive and active role models. We will also give access to finance to those who are serious enough to take advantage of the opportunities that we will create. We are the ones who will do it. A change of mindset from a consumer mentality to a producing one, building South Africa and Africa one brick at a time," and said this about the ANC. He said on the reasons why he decided to leave the ANC, Duduzane said, "The ANC decided to leave me. He has an ever-growing popularity among the youth. On whether his party will be seeking to attract older people as well, or mainly youth," he said, "This is a party for all, young, old, black, white, colored, Indian, male, female, all religions, all cultures and traditions, naturalized ID, carrying former immigrants and those that understand our need for change. This movement will without a doubt be driven by the youth, which is non-negotiable." We are now moving on to the former president, Jacob Zuma. As former President Jacob Zuma, who is also a former leader of the ruling African National Congress, continues to crisscross parts of South Africa canvassing for votes for his new political party, Umkhonto weSizwe, the ANC has expressed concern over the actions of the elderly statesman. Over the weekend, Zuma was leading a charm for votes in Mpumalanga for the Umkhonto weSizwe opposition party in a province traditionally an ANC stronghold and an area just hours away from where incumbent ANC heavyweights, including President Cyril Ramaphosa, have been making the ruling party's 112th birthday celebrations. On Saturday, Zuma addressed thousands of people in Mkhondo, Mpumalanga. The hall in Madadeni was packed to the rafters, with people struggling to find seats while others were seated on the floor. However, Secretary of the ANC's powerful electoral committee, Chief Lubwane Matila, said the former president is leading an aggressive propaganda campaign against the ruling party at a critical time ahead of the national elections, and action should be taken against him. He said in an interview with Newsroom Africa, his fate should be looked at with reference to the constitution of the ANC, which when you join the ANC, you sign for the membership, which says you are going to respect the constitution, be ruled by it in terms of your conduct and discipline. One of the issues in the constitution in terms of duties of the members is that you need to combat propaganda that is against the interest of the ANC. But in this case, you have former president who is doing exactly the opposite and even worse. He is actively and aggressively championing propaganda against the ANC at a time when we are going to the elections. He said there is a clause in the constitution of the ANC which dictates the membership of a person can be suspended by the top party structures under such extraordinary circumstances. Given where we are, this is quite an extraordinary matter. It is unprecedented and untenable that a former president can campaign against his own party and still retain membership. If the leadership of the ANC has to protect the constitution against abuse, disrespect by its former president, they should invoke that rule which says there should be temporary suspension pending a disciplinary process. The provisions in the constitution of the ANC are not facultative, they are obligatory on the leadership of the ANC and its members. In one of the acts of misconduct in the constitution is that what is being done by the former president is that he is acting in breach of his own ANC membership oath, which he has signed, and he is also sowing divisions in the ANC. He is bringing the ANC into disrepute. All of that is in the constitution. During Zuma's tour in Mpumalanga, Zuma told of some leaders who had been robbed of money and then gave the criminals more money to hide. Speaking in Mkondo, Zuma said he was left with no option but to return to active politics because he saw things in the country deteriorating and the public being neglected by the ANC. We are now moving on to the Secretary General of the ANC, Mbalula, and the ANC chairperson, Mantashe. Mantashe said Mbalula said things he shouldn't have about the Nkandla fire pool saga. Mantashe said leaders should count their words or catch fire. This after Mbalula claimed the party protected former President Jacob Zuma by lying that the swimming pool at his Nkandla homestead was a fire pool and necessary security feature. When Jacob Zuma was the president, the public protector at the time, Thuli Madonsela, released a report saying the pool cost 3.9 million rands. The governing party said the pool was used for security reasons to fight fires and was not merely a swimming pool. On Sunday, Mbalula conceded the party lied to protect Zuma, who recently said he had lost patience with President Cyril Ramaphosa. Mantashe said Mbalula got carried away and the issues should be dealt with internally by the ANC as the case was already closed. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.